Hello guys, this is ninth part of microservice tutorial. In last video, we seen how one microservice can call another microservice using application name. There we use REST template to make API calls. In this video, we are going to use web client to make API calls between one microservice to another microservice using application name. To make call from one microservice to another microservice, we pass application name of that particular microservice. Here we want to call course microservice from student microservice. That's why we are passing course hyphen service, which is application name for the course microservice. Okay, let's see how we can do this using web client. So I'm going to call course microservice from student microservice. The name is Spring Boot. Okay, but this is actually student microservice. So to use web client, first of all, we need to add these two dependency in our form.xml. Spring Boot starter web flux and Spring Cloud starter load balancer. Then only the web client property will work. Now let's see, I have added required code for that. So let's go to student controller. I have added here one more REST endpoint /id web client. This was /id. So here it was getting the course detail from course microservice using REST template. But here the new one I created, here I'm using web client to call the course microservice. So let's go to this service. Here I'm doing the same thing what I was doing here. Okay, here I'm getting the student from the student table, then I'm calling this particular API to get the course details, and then I'm getting the value. So when you use reactive Spring, you get the data in mono or flux. Mono is for single data, single object, and flux is for list. So let's go inside this, and here I have created a different service application call. Here I have created a different service API call using web client. Okay, so I hard coded the base microservice URL http://course hyphen service. Here you see I have used the application name of course microservice. So in constructor, first of all, I have to initialize this value load balanced web client builder. So this is what I'm doing here. In this method get course details, I'm expecting course ID as a parameter and the return type is mono course. This is the instance of web client. Here I am passing the full URL and then I'm using the course ID which is coming from the param. Okay, after getting the response from that microservice, it is converting that to the course object. And here, after getting this value in course mono, I'm getting the exact course object by calling course mono.block and then making the student details. First, I'm copying the property from student table to student details and then I'm setting the value for course and returning the value. One more important thing, to make it work, I have to create a bean for web client. That I have done in the main method class here. So I have annotated web client.builder, web client builder method with @bean and load balance. Whenever we annotate with @load balance, it means it is saying whenever you see an application name, you have to resolve it through Eureka. So we are done now. Let's try to access this endpoint from Postman. So before that, I have to restart all my services. So I'm going to restart one by one. First, I will restart Eureka, and then I will restart Spring Gateway. You can do it from here also if you have already started and restarted, or you can do from here also. And then I'm going to start student microservice. After that, I will start course microservice. So all are running here. Let's check in Eureka console. And we'll call localhost 8083. And here we see all three course microservice, gateway, and student microservice are registered here. Now let's access the APIs through Postman. So here I am using the API gateway port to access the student microservice. and this endpoint ID web client, here I'm using web client to call the course microservice internally. Let's hit here. Okay, I passed the ID 3 for the student. This is a student ID. So here is the ID for student, and the student 3 having course ID 1. So for this course ID 1, I got the record from course microservice. Okay, so we are done, guys. That's all for this video. In next video, we will see how to use circuit breaker in our microservice architecture. If this video is useful for you, please like and share the video and subscribe the channel. Don't forget to click the bell button to get notification for the upcoming videos. Thank you very much.